Hello friends, welcome to youtube.com Dr. Ved channel. In this channel, we are presenting lectures on veterinary science and animal husbandry series. I am Dr. P.R. Patel, Professor Head. Here we talk about important disease, epistaxis in animals. In part 3, we will discuss treatment aspect. Epistaxis is an important respiratory disease, especially in horses. Friends, we see here the treatment of epistaxis. The various parts of the treatment are divided as follows. First, the general treatment. An important part is to control the bleeding. Second, specific treatment. Treatment according to specific etiology. Symptomatic therapy. Treatment according to the symptoms. Supportive therapy. And last, a special treatment of exercise-induced pulmonary hemorrhage in horses. Now we'll see detail of each one in the subsequent presentation. The very important thing of the treatment is first to control the bleeding and its complications. It is very essential to prevent the shock due to bleeding, low blood pressure. Either there may be acute or chronic anemia depending upon the type and quantity and period of bleeding. First thing is complete rest required at a quiet place because exertion hastens the bleeding. There should not be any disturbance, no excitement, no exertion, no exercise. This will help to a lot. The dog should be placed in a cage in a quiet place. Friends, the clinician should apply all the efforts to control the bleeding. The easiest and cheaply available is a cold compresses application. Compresses application of cold water or ice packs on head region, mainly on the frontal nasal bone and nose. The cold application causes constriction of the blood vessels and may take care of minor bleeding. Astringent solution also causes coagulation of protein and stop the bleeding. Astringent solution application on the affected nostril, alum solution 2% or tannic acid 2%, either small amount of solution directly or these astringent solutions are poured on a gauge and these gauges are introduced into the nostrils or nasal cavity. Most of the bleeding will take care of by this astringent solution application. Another method of controlling bleeding is dilute adrenaline or epinephrine. Either the few drops are instilled directly into the affected nostrils or the dilute adrenaline is taken on a piece of gauze and that adrenaline gauze is kept in the affected nostril. This will definitely control the bleeding. If the bleeding is profuse, the above method may not work. If the profuse bleeding from both the nostrils, then immediate actions are to be taken. Perform the tracheotomy so that any animal can take respiration, and then plug both the nostril with a piece of gauze soaked in the adrenaline. So when profuse bleeding is there, clinician has to take these drastic actions. We have taken information on control of bleeding locally in the nostrils. Now here we will see how systemic injections are also helpful in controlling the bleeding. If capillary bleeding is there, it can be controlled by hemostatic preparation, that is adrenochrome injections are available in the market. Vitamin K injections, also you know very well, it speed up the coagulation. Calcium is very well useful to coagulate the blood. So calcium chloride injection subcutaneous also helpful in clotting of the blood. So hemostatic preparation, vitamin K injection and calcium chloride also having the clotting mechanism and control the bleeding. Friends, we very well know that specific treatment is useful for the specific etiology. By the previous actions we have controlled the bleeding, but that is not the solution unless and until the etiology is not removed or treatment of etiology is not given. So specific treatment according to the specific etiology, correction of the specific cause with suitable treatment. In the etiology part we have seen many etiology. Antiseptic dressing is advisable on local lesions such as erosions, ulcers, maggot wound or traumatic lesions so that they can heal up very easily without complication and there is no bleeding. Antibiotics, it is useful for the local bacterial infection, systemic bacterial infection, and it is very much useful for the prevention of secondary bacterial infection. So this is a very important antibiotic injection. Continue with the specific etiological treatment. If it is a case of Schistosoma nasalis in cattle, give entheomelin injection. Sometimes surgical therapy is recommended, especially bleeding to certain growths into the nasal cavity. The space occupying lesions are surgically removed from the nasal mucosa such as granuloma, polyps, neoplastic growth or any other type of growth can be removed surgically. Guttural pouch mycosis is common cause of bleeding in case of horse. Here there is ligation of affected artery will help in control the bleeding. The allergic reactions either locally or generally, especially allergic rhinitis. Some cases show bleeding. So in such cases it can be corrected by antihistamines injection. Purpuric diseases, that diseases that causes blood clotting disorders. The treatment according to the specific disease. In etiology we have already seen 4 diseases. Those are purpuric. Purpuric means they affect the clotting mechanism of the blood and causes hemorrhage under the skin or under the mucous membrane. That can be corrected with specific disease treatment. Treatment of specific chemical poisoning, we have already seen, that should be treated with specific chemical poisoning treatment. Symptomatic therapy according to symptoms. Symptoms we have seen the bleeding. We have already discussed how to correct the bleeding. Bleeding causes anemia, maybe acute, maybe chronic, or maybe lingering for a long time. In very severe cases of profuse bleeding, it causes severe anemia. So in such cases, immediate blood transfusion is the only solution. The other cases of anemia can be treated with hematinics preparation. The preparation, vitamins and minerals and protein are useful for synthesis of blood, that is hemopoiesis. Important minerals are iron, copper, cobalt. Preparation containing these minerals are to be given. Vitamin B complex, especially vitamin B12, cyanocobalamin, and liver preparations, they are also very much helpful for hemopoiesis. Supportive therapy of epistaxis. Fluid therapy is indicated when there is more bleeding, just to maintain the blood pressure or blood volume. So normal physiological saline solution or glucose solution intravenous will help to maintain the blood pressure. Need not to say good nursing and care, proper care. Another important thing is careful and watchful passage of whatever we do with the animal. For passing of the nasal tube, stomach tube, endoscope tube, tracheal tube, etc. While passing, clinician must be very much careful and watchful to prevent or to avoid injury. So this is the preventive aspect of epistaxis. Friends, very common condition observed in horse is exercise-induced pulmonary hemorrhage in horses, called EIH. It is also called as bleeder. Here we see treatment and control. When horse is given strenuous exercise for a short period, it causes pulmonary hemorrhages. Pathogenesis we have already seen. Symptoms also we have already seen. Diagnosis also seen. Now treatment is furosemide is observed that it reduces the incidence and severity of EIPH in race horses. 70% cases are controlled by furosemide injection. Another important thing suggested is nasal dilator bands application that dilates the nasal cavity, dilates the nostril, and horse can get ease in inspiration and expiration. So pressure is reduced. These are nothing but application of flare strips in the nose that prevent the rupturing of pulmonary blood vessels in the lungs during exercise. It reduces the pressure in the lung because of the ease of the inspiration and expiration. This is the mechanical way of preventing EIPH. For the treatment of EIPH, procoagulant agents. These coagulative agents immediately clot even very minor bleeding, such as vitamin K, conjugated estrogen, aminocaproic acid. These drugs coagulate the blood and prevent EIPH. Bronchodilators makes the ease of inspiration and expiration. So these are very much helpful in prevention of pressure in the lung, and this is how they are helpful to prevent the EIPH. Antihypertensive drugs that controls the blood pressure, that is also very much helpful to reduce the blood pressure in the lung and thereby bleeding in the lungs. Further EIPH treatment, prolonged rest for a long time is also helpful. Dietary supplements with hepcyridine, citrus, bioflavonoids are more frequently used for blood vessel conditions such as hemorrhoids, varicose vein, and poor circulation, that is venous stasis. It corrects these conditions and prevent the EIPH or the bleeding. So hepcyridine, citrus bioflavonoids is important drug to prevent or to correct the EIPH. Friends, with this epistaxis part 3, we end the lecture on epistaxis. Please share this information to veterinarians and veterinary students. To uplift the channel, subscribe the channel, press bell icon to get the notification. If you like, please press like button. Thank you very much for observing this video.